Evolution and population genetics are complex and fascinating topics that have been studied for centuries. The theory of evolution, first proposed by Charles Darwin in the 19th century, explains how species change over time and adapt to their environment. Population genetics, on the other hand, focuses on the genetic makeup of populations and how genes are passed from one generation to the next. In this short video, we will explore the relationship between evolution and population genetics and how they are interconnected. Evolution occurs when populations of organisms change over time in response to changes in their environment. These changes can be driven by natural selection, genetic drift, or gene flow. Natural selection is the process by which certain traits become more or less common in a population based on their ability to help individuals survive and reproduce. Genetic drift is the random fluctuation of gene frequencies in a population due to chance events. Gene flow occurs when individuals from one population migrate to another and introduce new genes into the gene pool. Population genetics studies the genetic makeup of populations and how genes are passed from one generation to the next. It is concerned with the frequency and distribution of alleles within and among populations. One of the key concepts in population genetics is the Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium, which describes the relationship between allele frequencies and genotype frequencies in a population that is not evolving. According to this principle, if certain conditions are met, the frequencies of alleles and genotypes in a population will remain constant over time. However, in reality, populations are constantly evolving due to a variety of factors. For example, natural selection can favor certain alleles over others, leading to changes in the frequency of those alleles in the population. Genetic drift can also have a significant impact on small populations, as chance events can cause certain alleles to become more or less common over time. Gene flow can introduce new alleles into a population, which can also lead to changes in allele frequencies. Evolution and population genetics are interconnected in several ways. Evolution is driven by changes in the genetic makeup of populations over time, and population genetics provides a framework for studying those changes. By analyzing the frequency and distribution of alleles within and among populations, population geneticists can gain insights into the evolutionary history of different species and how they have adapted to their environment. They can also study the genetic basis of traits that are important for survival and reproduction, such as disease resistance or mating behavior. In conclusion, evolution and population genetics are two closely related fields that are essential for understanding how species change over time. While evolution focuses on the changes themselves, population genetics provides a framework for studying the genetic basis of those changes. By studying the frequency and distribution of alleles within and among populations, population geneticists can gain insights into the evolutionary history of different species and how they have adapted to their environment.